Beneath the towering crystal canopy of the Galactic Assembly Hall, fear hung heavier than gravity. Never in recorded history had the chamber felt so suffocating. Not even during the ancient plagues or the collapse of the stellar gates. 300 worlds were represented there, their envoys gliding silently in shimmering orbs and levitating seats. Some delegates shifted uncomfortably, their translucent wings twitching in distress. Others, scaled, feathered, or made of living metal, radiated nervous light. The council, once the beating heart of peace and wisdom, now pulsed with dread. At the central dais stood High Chancellor Vexa, her azure skin drained of color. She grasped the edge of the console as her voice echoed through the vast dome. The Zephyrian Empire has delivered its demand, 30 cycles, to submit or face annihilation. Her words cut through the silence like a blade. The chamber trembled, not from sound, but from the collective heartbeat of hundreds of terrified species. From the military ranks, a deep rumble resonated. The massive figure of Admiral Kolar, his body hewn from living stone, rose to speak. "We faced them once," he said, his voice like thunder grinding through rock. "Our fleets did not even reach their borders. Their weapons sliced through matter as if it were fog. Whole systems vanished in seconds. We lost 40% of our forces before they even entered firing range." A chorus of gasps rippled across the assembly. A delegate from the Miran colonies, a small furred being with trembling paws, whispered, "Then we have no hope." Kolar lowered his head. "Not unless the stars themselves grant us one." The silence that followed was deep enough to drown thought. And then, softly, a voice broke it. Dr. Zelna, a scientist of the Sarenth, rose from her seat. Her emerald scales shimmered under the chamber's lights. "Perhaps there is a way," she said, "but it lies far beyond reason, and farther still from safety." Vexa turned toward her. "Speak, Doctor." "What have you found?" Zelna raised her hand, and the air filled with holographic light, a spinning map of the Milky Spiral. Red zones bled outward from the galactic rim, the mark of Zephyrian conquest. At the center, a small patch of blue represented what little remained free. Between them, vast swaths of gray flickered like static. "These are the dead sectors," she said. "Regions long abandoned, unstable space, deadly radiation, gravitational ruptures. No ship has ever returned from within them." Kolar scowled. "You would send us into death?" "Not into death," Zelna replied. "Into mystery. Because something, or someone, lives there." The room stirred uneasily. "Impossible," hissed one delegate. "No life can survive in those voids." Zelna's voice grew firm. "And yet, our deep probes recently detected transmissions. Structured, rhythmic, intelligent. A civilization inside the dead sectors." Her words hung in the air, electric and unreal. Vexa's eyes narrowed. "You're suggesting we seek them out?" "I'm suggesting," Zelna said, "that anyone who can endure where even light falters might hold the secret to surviving the Zephyrians." The chamber erupted in argument. Shouts, protests, frantic debate. Some called her mad. Others begged the council to listen. Amid the storm of voices, Admiral Kolar's growl silenced them all. "You would ask us to beg monsters for help?" "I would ask us to learn from survivors," Zelna answered. "Because soon, that's all we will be." For a long, trembling moment, the council said nothing. Then Vexa spoke again. Quiet, heavy, resolute. "We built this confederation on peace, on light, on comfort. Perhaps it is time we remembered what it means to fight for life itself. Let us find those who dwell in darkness, and learn how they endure." The vote was cast. Barely, the motion passed. A single vessel would be sent into the dead sectors. From among the delegates, a tall figure of liquid silver rose. Her form shimmered like quicksilver under starlight. Ambassador Talara of the Velnari. She bowed deeply. "If hope hides in the void," she said, "then I will go and find it." The galaxy held its breath. Far above the council dome, engines stirred. The Orion's Grace, a sleek silver ship born of the finest minds of 300 worlds, waited in orbit, ready to plunge into the dark between stars. And thus began The mission that would decide the fate of every living thing under the light. The engines of the Orion's Grace pulsed, with pale blue light as it drifted free of the galactic capital. Behind it, the planet's ringed horizon shimmered, a fragile line between safety and oblivion. Inside the command deck, Ambassador Talara stood before the viewing glass. Her reflection merged with the stars, her silver-white eyes calm but unblinking. Around her, the crew moved with disciplined silence. Pilots from the Terran colonies, engineers from the Moran sectors, and scientists from the crystalline world of Serenth. Every race, every creed, united for one impossible task. At the center console, Dr. Zelna adjusted the holographic projection. The dead sectors appeared again, gray, static, alive with interference. "We'll enter through the Varen corridor," she said. "It's the only region where the radiation storms subside long enough for navigation. After that, all readings go dark." "Dark?" muttered the pilot, a human named Rylan. "That's a comforting word." Talara gave him a faint smile. "You'll have to learn to find comfort in fear, Lieutenant. It's the only constant we'll have." The ship accelerated, piercing the edge of normal space. The stars stretched into streams of light, then dissolved into the soft hum of the quantum slipstream. As the crew settled, Zelna approached Talara. "Ambassador," she said quietly, "before we go too far, there's something you need to know." Talara turned. "Go on." "The signals we intercepted, the ones from the dead sectors, they don't just show intelligence. They're ancient, older than the Confederation, maybe older than the Zephyrians themselves. And the pattern." She hesitated. "It matches fragments found in Zephyrian data cores. I think whatever lives there may have spoken to them once." Talara's expression didn't change, but her pulse quickened. "You're suggesting their power came from beyond the void?" "I can't prove it," Zelna said, "but the evidence fits. The Zephyrians' sudden rise, their impossible technology, it could have been gifted or stolen," Talara said softly. Before Zelna could reply, the ship lurched. Lights dimmed. The hum of the engines faltered, replaced by a deep vibration, like the heartbeat of some unseen beast. "Report," Talara snapped. "Radiation spike," Rylan shouted. "We've crossed the first boundary line. Gravitic distortions rising. Readings off every scale." The forward viewport darkened. Space itself seemed to twist. Colors bled into one another. Red, violet, white, forming impossible patterns. The navigation grid disintegrated. "Hold her steady." Outside, the void opened. Not black, but shifting. Alive. They had entered the dead sectors. The Orion's Grace shook as though the universe itself resisted their intrusion. Every system screamed warnings. Yet, through it all, Zelna stared at her monitor in awe. "Look," she whispered. "It's beautiful." Through the storm, fragments of light floated. Broken satellites, shattered ships, even frozen bodies. The ghosts of those who'd come before. But beyond them, something glowed. A beacon, faint and rhythmic, pulsing like a heartbeat. "There," Zelna breathed. "That's the signal," Talara nodded. "Set course." Hours became days, or perhaps moments. Time had no meaning in that distorted space. When at last the turbulence subsided, the Orion's Grace emerged into calm. Before them lay a planet, half hidden in swirling mists. Oceans shimmered beneath its clouds. The surface pulsed with faint blue energy. "Is it alive?" Rylan asked. Zelna didn't answer. Her hands trembled as she scanned the readings. "Atmosphere stable. Oxygen, nitrogen, water. It's habitable." Talara stared. "A living world in the dead sectors. Impossible." "Impossible," Zelna whispered. "But real." Talara straightened. "Then bring us in." As the ship descended through the thick clouds, lightning danced across the hull. The sensors filled with static. Then, suddenly, the storm parted. Below them lay a world of oceans, green lands, and glittering cities. Lights moved through the dark, roads, rivers, towers of glass. "It's inhabited," Rylan said, astonished. "They've built civilizations." Zoomed in on the nearest continent. "No. Look closer." The structures were familiar. too familiar. Skyscrapers of steel and glass, vehicles moving in orderly lanes, seas dotted with ships. Talara's eyes widened. This architecture, it matches ancient Terran patterns. Zelna's voice trembled. Ambassador Earth, silence filled the bridge. Even the ship seemed to pause. Talara exhaled slowly. Prepare landing sequence. Humanity must know the stars remember them. The Orion's grace descended, burning through the clouds like a comet. The world below stirred. Radar alarms screamed. Fighters launched. Sirens blared in the human cities as the sky split open with light. Open a transmission, Talara said. They're afraid. We need to speak before they fire. Zelna activated the translator. Talara's voice echoed across every network on the planet. People of Earth, she said, calm and clear. We come not as conquerors but as kin. The galaxy is in peril. A darkness moves among the stars, and if we do not stand together, none of us will survive. For a heartbeat, there was silence. Then the skies lit up, not in welcome, but in fear. Missiles launched. Defense grids activated. Humanity, in its terror, struck first. Talara closed her eyes. So be it, she murmured. We will earn their trust through truth, not force. The Orion's grace rose higher, avoiding conflict, broadcasting peaceful signals again and again. And somewhere below, on the surface of that blue world, the first humans to truly look up and see the stars realized they were no longer alone. Across the blue face of Earth, the sky blazed with streaks of fire. To millions below, it looked like the end of days. The Orion's grace drifted above the clouds, engines dimmed, shielding itself against the sudden fury of humankind's defense network. Multiple projectiles incoming, called Rylan. Surface to orbit range. Hold defensive posture only, Talara ordered. Her tone was ice, controlled, deliberate. No return fire. Outside, bright trails curved toward them. The ship's energy shield flared. Explosions bloomed like suns against invisible glass. Inside, the deck shuddered. Zelna gripped her console. They're reacting out of fear, not malice. I know, Talara said softly. But fear is the hardest language to unlearn. Through the chaos, Talara sent another message. We seek dialogue, not domination. We come bearing warning, not weapons. The translation rippled through human networks, radio, data lines, satellites. Many dismissed it as deception, others paused in wonder. On the surface, the great powers of Earth argued within their command rooms. Military against scientists, fear against curiosity. Hours passed. The orbital guns quieted. Only a handful of fighters shadowed the alien vessel now, keeping wary distance. Then a single channel opened. A broadcast from Earth's United Council. Unknown vessel, identify yourself and state your intentions. Talara breathed once, then answered. I am Ambassador Talara of the Velnari Accord. I speak for the Confederation of Worlds. We bring warning of the Zephyrian Empire, an enemy that consumes entire civilizations. Your world stands in its path. Static crackled. A new voice replied, older, grave. If what you claim is true, prove it. Zelna stepped forward. Transmit the archives. Within seconds, data pulsed through the network. Images of burned planets, dead suns, shattered fleets. The evidence was undeniable. On Earth, silence followed. Then, slowly, a reply. Prepare for diplomatic contact. You will land in the Pacific Neutral Zone. Any hostile act will end negotiations. Rylan released a shaky laugh. Permission to come down to dinner. Talara allowed herself the smallest smile. Take us in. The meeting, the Orion's grace descended once more, cutting through layers of atmosphere. Beneath, the ocean glimmered like molten glass. A floating platform waited, an artificial island bristling with antennas and ships. Human soldiers lined its decks. Drones hovered like metallic birds. When the landing struts touched the surface, silence fell. The ship's ramp lowered, releasing a gentle hiss of sterile air. Talara stepped out first, her silver skin reflecting the daylight. Beside her walked Zelna and 2 security envoys clad in mirrored armor. The human delegation advanced cautiously. Uniformed officers, diplomats, scientists. At their center stood Commander James Rain, eyes hard, posture unyielding. Talara inclined her head. "Commander Rain." "Ambassador Talara," he replied, voice steady. "You've brought quite a storm to our skies." "I wish it were only rain," she said. "What comes will burn hotter." Rain studied her, searching for deceit. Around them, cameras rolled, broadcasting history lived to billions. Zelna extended a device, projecting holograms of Zephyrian warships, living machines shaped like serpents of light. These vessels move faster than light without gates. Their weapons fracture matter at the quantum level. "We cannot defeat them alone." Rain's expression darkened. "And you believe we can help you stop them?" "Not believe," Talara said. "No, because you fight in ways others cannot," he frowned. "Meaning?" "Instinct," she replied. "Adaptation. Chaos. You do not yield to logic. You bend it." The human scientists whispered among themselves, intrigued despite their fear. After long debate, Rain spoke again. "If this alliance is real, what do you offer?" Zelna answered, "Technology, shielding, energy beyond fusion. In return, we ask only for your courage." Rain's gaze lingered on the holographic devastation above them, the remains of entire galaxies. Finally, he nodded. "Then let's start with trust." He extended his hand. Talara hesitated, then mirrored the gesture, her fingers cool against his. For the first time in centuries of isolation, 2 species shared a single handshake beneath the open sky, forging the pact. What followed was a fever of creation. Human factories roared to life, guided by alien schematics. Orbital docks rose over Earth, where engineers welded hulls of silver and steel together. Confederation specialists trained humans in stellar navigation. Humans taught them unpredictability, daring maneuvers no machine could calculate. Within months, the Pact fleet was born, a hybrid armada bearing the emblem of a silver leaf intertwined with a blue sphere. Each ship carried both human pilots and alien engineers. Each heart aboard beat with the same defiance. But peace was short-lived. The Zephyrian scouts appeared first, shadows slipping from hyperspace near Mars. They annihilated the early outposts in minutes. Then came the full armada, blotting out the sun with wings of dark fire. Earth's skies once again turned red. Talara stood on the command bridge of the flagship Arion's graceless crew, now upgraded with human systems. "All units," she said into the comm, "the enemy arrives. This is not merely a war for survival. It is the birth of a new age. Hold the line." Across the solar system, thousands of voices answered as one. For Earth, for the Confederation, for life. And the void lit up with battle. Space burned. The first wave of Zephyrian warships descended on the solar frontier like an eclipse of nightmares. Vast, serpentine vessels of living metal, each one the size of a moon. They moved with the grace of predators and the precision of gods. Their hulls rippled with black fire, consuming light itself. The Pact fleet waited in orbit beyond Mars, a fragile armada of human steel and alien crystal, bound together by necessity and desperation. On every screen, the same grim truth appeared. "Contact in 60 seconds," Admiral Kolar's voice thundered across all channels. "We stand today at the edge of extinction, and we will not step back." Thur stood beside him on the command bridge of Arion's gracefully set tune. Her silver eyes locked on the approaching wave. Around her, the crew worked in silence. Soldiers, scientists, engineers, united across worlds. "Targeting online," Rylan reported. "Shields at full capacity. Hold formation," Talara commanded. "Wait for them to make the first move." And then, the stars ignited. The Zephyrians struck first, unleashing beams of raw annihilation. Human satellites melted in orbit. Asteroids split like glass. The packed fleet countered with plasma lances and railfire, carving through the darkness. Explosions painted the void in gold and crimson. 3 destroyers down, shouted Zelna. Their weapons are phasing through our shields. Adjust frequency modulation, Talara barked. Shift power to armor grids. The Orion's Grace 2 shuddered as energy washed over it, the deck vibrating like a living thing. Through the viewport, Talara watched an entire human cruiser crumble, its hull torn apart, but not before its final salvo tore a Zephyrian ship in half. The crew cheered, just once before the silence returned. On Earth, billions watched from beneath the glowing auroras of the upper atmosphere. Cities dimmed their lights, power grids rerouted to fuel the planetary defense ring. Humanity, a species that had once warred with itself, now fought for all life. The turning point. After 3 days of unending conflict, the Zephyrians began to press harder. Their central dreadnought appeared, a titanic creature ship known as the Dreath Dominion, its core burning like a star. It moved slowly, deliberately, as if mocking the smaller vessels around it. They're pulling power from a singularity, Zelna realized, eyes wide. That ship is feeding on space itself. Talara clenched her fists. Then we'll strike its heart before it feeds again. Kolar's voice crackled over the comm. Ambassador, your ship is too close to their fire zone. So are all of ours, she replied. We move together or die apart. The Orion's Grace 2 surged forward. Around it, fighters spun and weaved like sparks in the wind. Human pilots dove straight into the dreadnought's defenses, drawing fire, burning out shields, dying to open a path. Missiles ready. Rylan shouted, Fire! Dozens of warheads streaked toward the enemy Titan, but the Dominion's hull rippled, swallowing them whole. The impact barely left a mark. Zelna's mind raced. We can't pierce it conventionally. Its armor shifts on a molecular level. Talara turned to her. Then how do we break something that bends reality? Zelna's eyes narrowed. By tearing reality with it. She tapped her console, pulling up schematics of the ship's new hybrid core, a fusion of human reactors and Velnari graviton drives. If we invert the containment field, it'll collapse the singularity into itself. Controlled detonation. Controlled, Rylan interrupted. Mostly, she admitted. Talara smiled grimly. Then prepare for mostly. The Orion's Grace 2 dove straight toward the Dominion. Energy waves slammed against its shields, turning the stars into streaks of light. Inside, alarms screamed. Metal groaned, but they did not stop. Kolar's voice broke through. Talara, you'll never make it. Then tell the galaxy how we tried, she replied. They reached the enemy's core. Zelna triggered the reactor sequence. The ship's heart began to pulse brighter, faster, a star being born inside its own body. Now, Talara cried. The universe split open. Light consumed everything. Brilliant, endless, terrible. The shockwave tore through space, scattering Zephyrian ships like dust. The Dreath Dominion imploded, folding in on itself, vanishing into nothing. Silence. The Orion's Grace 2 drifted in the aftermath, its hull torn, systems dead. The stars slowly returned. Then the comm crackled. Admiral Kolar to all forces, the Dominion is gone. I repeat, the flagship is destroyed. Across the fleet, exhausted crews screamed in triumph. The impossible had happened. The galaxy's monsters had bled. Talara lay half-conscious on the bridge floor, smoke curling from shattered panels. Zelna leaned beside her, coughing but alive. We did it, Zelna whispered. Talara opened her eyes, faint light reflecting in them. No, we survived. The war isn't over yet. And somewhere in the cold reaches of the void, the surviving Zephyrian ships began to retreat. Not in defeat, but in calculation. The galaxy had struck back and the predators were reassessing their prey. The war was not over. It had only paused to catch its breath. In the weeks that followed the destruction of the Zephyrian dreadnought, the galaxy hung in silence. Not peace, but that quiet between thunderclaps. Wreckage still drifted through the solar frontier, vast graveyards of shattered metal and scorched bone. Half of the packed fleet was gone, reduced to ghost signals flickering across the void. Earth's night sky was forever changed. A faint ring of debris now glowed around the planet like a scar. The world below called it the halo of the fallen. Every piece of it told a story. A lost crew, a broken ship, a final transmission cut short by static. Talara stood aboard the Orion's Grace 2, now docked above Luna Base. The ship was alive but wounded, its hull torn open, decks burned black, corridors whispering with echoes of the dead. She walked those corridors often, touching the names engraved into the metal. Zelna joined her one night carrying 2 steaming cups. "You should sleep," she said quietly. "I do," Talara replied. "Just not when the stars are watching." They looked out through the viewport, the earth below, blue and fragile, turning slowly in the dark. "Do you think they'll come back?" Zelna asked. Talara nodded. "Yes, and when they do, it won't be for conquest. It'll be for revenge." The wounds of victory across the Alliance worlds, celebrations burned like wildfire. Cities lit their skies with fireworks. Monuments rose overnight, statues of soldiers, pilots, heroes. But in the halls of command, the tone was colder. Admiral Kolar faced the Council via holotransmission. The alien delegates spoke with forced calm, each voice layered with fear. "The loss of the Zephyrian flagship does not mean their empire is broken," warned one representative. Another added, "They are billions strong. This was a battle, not a war." Kolar's face hardened. "Then we'd better start preparing for the next one." But something deeper troubled him. The scans from the battle showed that the Draith Dominion's destruction had warped space itself, leaving behind an unstable rift, a black wound flickering near Jupiter's orbit. Scientists called it the Scar of Light. Every sensor reading screamed one thing: it was still active. The return of shadows far from human space, deep in the Zephyrian sector, the survivors of the Dominion gathered in silence. Their ships drifted above a dying star, their queen, Seraphix, suspended within a cocoon of shadow. Her body, though wounded, still pulsed with dark energy. Around her, the air bent and shimmered, distorting reality. A single whisper spread among the commanders. "The Queen dreams, and when she wakes, the stars will burn." Inside her mind, Seraphix relived the explosion that tore through her fleet. But she also felt something else. The energy of that collapsing singularity, folding space and time in a way even her kind did not understand. Within that chaos she saw patterns, paths, gateways. When her eyes opened, they burned brighter than suns. "They think they have seen war," she whispered. "I will show them apocalypse." The rift back in the solar frontier, Zelna led a team of physicists to study the Scar of Light. They found it pulsing, alive, almost breathing. It distorted gravity, light, even time itself. When they sent a probe through, it vanished instantly. But the data it sent back, only for 2 seconds, froze every technician in the room. The probe had not entered empty space. It had entered a mirror, a twisted reflection of their own galaxy where constellations were reversed and light bled red. And something on the other side had noticed. "Shut it down," Zelna whispered. "It's not responding," shouted a technician. "Something's pushing back." The lab trembled. The rift flared, casting the entire lunar base in blinding light. For a heartbeat, a shape appeared inside it, vast, winged, monstrous, before vanishing again. When it was over, the rift dimmed, but didn't close. Talara arrived minutes later. "Report!" Zelna's face was pale. "We didn't just open a door," she said softly. "We opened a window, and something looked through. The shadow conspiracy in the following days. Strange phenomena began across the Alliance. Communication blackouts, unexplained energy surges, sightings of shadow-like beings moving through secure stations. Some whispered that fragments of Zephyrian technology were awakening. Others believed that part of Seraphix's essence had crossed the rift, an echo of her mind infecting their systems, watching them from within. Talara received encrypted transmissions, messages with no sender, written in symbols no species recognized. Yet somehow, she understood them. "We are not enemies, Talara. We are what you made us." The messages ended there, until one day her console flickered and displayed an image. The Queen's face, half lit, half shadow. "I see your stars," it whispered, "and soon I will walk among them." The new Dawn Talara stood once more on the bridge of the Orions Grace the Hiruku, now fully repaired and rearmed. Beside her stood Rylan, Zelna, and a dozen new faces from across the packed worlds. "Set course for the rift," she commanded. Kolar's voice echoed over the comm. "You intend to go through?" Talara looked out at the stars. "Someone has to." The engines roared to life, bathing the ship in white light. The crew braced themselves as the vessel turned toward the shimmering scar in space. Zelna whispered, "If this is a trap," Talara smiled faintly. "Then we spring it on our terms." The ship accelerated, faster, brighter, until it plunged straight into the scar of light, and the universe swallowed them whole.